Oh, have you ever wondered how the seemingly invincible British Empire met with resistance in the unlikeliest of places? Today, we set our sights on a place that is both beautiful and treacherous, the Lushai Hills of Mizoram, in the northeastern part of India. Imagine a land of steep hills and deep gorges, dense forests and fast-flowing rivers. The landscape, as breathtaking as it is, was a riddle to the British, a far cry from their familiar territories. In this exotic terrain, the indigenous Pasalthas resided, living a life intertwined with the very nature that surrounded them. The Pasalthas were not just inhabitants of this region, they were its soul. Their culture was as rich and varied as the terrain they inhabited, filled with vibrant traditions and a deep respect for the land they called home. In the heart of these hills, the Pasalthas, a group of fearless warriors, were ready to challenge the mighty British Empire. In the late 19th century, the British Empire sought to exert control over the Lushai Hills. Little did they know they were about to face a fierce resistance. As the British forces stepped foot in the uncharted territories of the Lushai Hills, they encountered the Pasalthas, a group of fierce and independent tribespeople. The Pasalthas were technologically inferior to the British, armed with primitive weapons compared to the British's sophisticated artillery. Yet, they were far from defenseless. Their first weapon was their intimate knowledge of the difficult terrain. The Lushai Hills were a labyrinth of dense forests and steep slopes, a natural fortress that the Pasalthas knew like the back of their hands. They used this to their advantage, launching surprise attacks on the British from hidden vantage points and disappearing into the wilderness before the British could regroup and respond. Their second weapon was their mastery of guerrilla warfare. The Pasalthas didn't confront the British in traditional battle formations. Instead, they used hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and night raids that kept the British on their toes. They turned their lack of technology into a strength, using the element of surprise and their agility to strike fast and retreat even faster. The key battles during this resistance were not grand, open-field confrontings, but a series of small, yet intense encounters. Notable among these was the Battle of Lunglen, where the Pasalthas, using their knowledge of the terrain, managed to trap a large contingent of British soldiers in a narrow valley, inflicting significant casualties. These strategies of the Pasalthas, their intimate knowledge of the terrain, and their guerrilla warfare tactics kept the mighty British forces at bay, proving that courage and determination could hold its own against superior technology and resources. Despite their initial setbacks, the British were not ready to back down. The stage was set for a fierce and prolonged conflict. The British might have expected an easy victory, but the Pasalthas had other plans. Unyielding and resolute, the Pasalthas continued to resist, embracing an unconventional form of warfare that caught the British off guard. They leveraged their intimate knowledge of the rugged terrain, ambushing British convoys and disappearing into the dense forests as swiftly as they appeared. The Pasalthas' resistance was more than a mere military strategy. It was a testament to their unquenchable spirit of freedom. It was a persistent reminder to the British that their quest for control would be far from easy. The relentless attacks by the Pasalthas began to chip away at the morale of the British forces. The once mighty invaders were now feeling the pressure of a seemingly endless resistance. These fierce warriors were not just defending their land, they were fighting for their way of life. Their unyielding spirit and tenacious resistance were a beacon of hope for their people. Their relentless courage made it clear the Pasalthas would not be easily subdued. The Pasaltha resistance may not have ended in a clear victory, but it left an indelible mark on history. This spirited resistance, nestled in the lush green hills of Mizoram, shook the very foundations of the British rule in India. The aftermath saw a shift in the imperial policies, as the British were forced to reckon with the fiery spirit of the indigenous tribes. The legacy of the Pasalthas continues to echo through the corridors of time. Their courage and unyielding spirit is woven into the fabric of Mizoram's rich history. Today, their story is told and retold, serving as a beacon of inspiration for future generations. The Pasalthas may not have been immortal, but their legacy certainly is. It's a legacy that transcends the boundaries of time and geography, reminding us of the power of unity, the strength of conviction, and the courage to stand against oppression. The Pasaltha resistance against the British Empire is a testament to the power of determination and the indomitable spirit of the human will.